morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, Carla being Crafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy, and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is my FlossTube number 163, and it is Sunday, October 23rd. Happy fall, happy almost Halloween to everybody. If this is your first time joining my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for coming in, spending some time with me, hitting like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you are a returning viewer, sorry, I might have got that FlossTube, like immediately you turn on the camera and everything gets itchy. It's a thing. I don't know. If you are a returning viewer, then me futzing with myself at the beginning of the video, this is not anything new or unusual to you. But thank you so much for coming in and spending this time with me and supporting me in so many ways. I want to, along those lines, give a big thank you to Amanda. She used the Super Thanks last week, I believe, and gave me a little bit of a monetary tip. That kind of support is so wonderful, and I thank you so much for that. That little bit of money that I get through that and through ads, you know, on my channel helps me pay for the monthly Zoom subscription that I use to do my monthly Zooms, or sometimes bi-monthly. Is it bi-monthly or semi-monthly if you do it twice? I always get confused with that. But anyway, it helps to pay for that. And on my occasional giveaways, which I realize are not that often because I'm just not that organized, it helps with the shipping and stuff. So thank you so much, Amanda. And thank you anybody who wants to use it in the future or has used it in the past. The Super Thanks is just a little, it's like a heart with a little dollar sign in it down below by the description. So if you want to use that, I would totally appreciate it. Let's see, weather. I always give a weather report. It is really bright and sunny and coolish today. Yesterday was actually cool. It didn't get past 70 yesterday. And it was kind of like overcast and rainy all day, which is weather that I love. I've told you guys that before. We're going to be in the like mid to high 70s for the next 10 days, according to my, Amazon, my iPhone weather report. So hopefully we really are getting cooler weather, and it's going to stay that way for a while. Here in Southern California, we might have a 2-day cold snap and then it's 90 the next day. So, it's really hard to kind of settle into this sweater weather. But hopefully it's gonna, be cool now for a little while. You can see I'm just a mess today. I came home this morning from spending the day yesterday, Friday night, to this morning with Aaron and Stacy and the kids, which I always enjoy. Baggy's a little bit miffed at me. Not like he wasn't hiding miffed at me. He was just kind of giving me a bit of a cold shoulder. He did allow me to give him some Temptations cat treats and pet him a little bit, but we'll see. I have a feeling that he's going to, that he gave me his cold shoulder earlier today, and then when I'm done with my video and I'm sitting down relaxing, he's going to be on me. I just have a feeling that's how it's going to be today. But we'll see. I got him, it's really cute. I got, for like, seriously, it was like $3 or something on Amazon. I got a little bat costume for him that I'm hoping he will let me put it on him for like 30 seconds to take a video or take a picture. I do still have to do my Cat Lady box unboxing. I just haven't done it yet, and I'm hoping that he'll wear it in the video, and maybe I can get that up this week. But I took it with me to Aaron and Stacy's, and we put it on Nala and took some pictures of the little doggy wearing the bat costume. It's just a Velcro like strap, 2 straps around the like chest and the tummy, with the wings. It's just a little piece of felt basically, but it was like so cute. So hopefully Baggy will allow me to do that at some point, and he will pose and be a cute bat. It's a crapshoot though, he's a cat. Sometimes they're very cooperative, and sometimes they are not. So anyway, so speaking of being over at Erin and Stacy's, I have a huge ask for you guys. Actually, it's not that big of an ask. It's I'm gonna tell you, and it will behoove you to go do this, but it would also make Hudson extremely happy. So my nephew Hudson, he's 8 years old, just turned 8 this month, and I talk about him all the time. He is quite the little performer. This kid has got a personality as big as can be, and you know, I'm an aunt, so I'm braggy about him, but he's really an exceptional child, along with his brother and sister, but we're talking about Hudson right now. So Hudson got, I think maybe last year at Hanukkah, I don't know exactly when he got it, but he got a program for his computer from his mom and dad that is like a stop motion movie program. So you can make stop motion videos. And he's done a couple with my brother and everything. But he just, this past week, he made his very first stop motion video completely on his own. So it is less than a minute, it's like 53 seconds, I think. I uploaded it yesterday to my channel because he was so cute. He showed it to me and he was so proud of it. And I'm like, you know, if you want me to, I could put it on my channel. And he was like, just like in awe, like he's gonna be on YouTube. So I did put it on my channel yesterday. He actually spent yesterday morning, the older kids and Erin and I were playing D&D, and he and his mom went in and he put a voiceover. So he added sound to the video. It is a Buzz Lightyear adventure. And again, it's stop motion photography. So realize he's 8 years old. This has over 400 frames that he set up and filmed, and I've got to say, I'm super impressed. I mean, it is a cute little one minute movie. It is the world premiere of this movie by Hudson, and I personally would appreciate it if you would go on and watch it. Give it a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. Give it a comment, and you will make that little kid's heart sing. Because I gotta tell you, I uploaded it yesterday, and he kept going on to see how many people had watched it, and I was like, Hudson, every time you go on, you're adding a number, so you have to like let it sit for a little while to see. But you know, I mean, when he got up to 12 people watched it, he was very excited, and somebody left a comment, and he was thrilled. So I just want to put it out there. If you have an extra minute to spare, go and look at my extra video. It was posted yesterday, so it should be, you know, just before this one that goes up. And just take that minute and watch that video made by Hudson, 8 years old, and realize that he did it completely on his own. And I don't know if you'll be as impressed as I am, but I see big things in this kid's future. And as I said in the description box, when he is nominated for an Academy Award in, 20 years or whatever, yeah, I want an invitation. I don't care if he's married. I don't care if he wants to take his mom. He's got to wrangle an extra ticket for his Aunt Carla so I can go watch him win an Academy Award. So, okay, so that was one of my big announcements. So please do that. I would appreciate it so much. Hudson would just be thrilled to see that his work is appreciated by the FlossTube world. He's already really impressed that I have a FlossTube channel. He thinks like I'm great, but he did admit to me yesterday that he thinks my videos are kind of boring because he doesn't want to cross stitch. I'm like, that's okay, you don't have to watch my videos. He's like, I like your videos, but I think they're kind of boring. That's fine. He's not bored by the fact that his video's up there, so that's good. Okay, some other, I think, exciting news, channel news is I have scheduled upcoming Zooms for us. So I actually scheduled 2 for November. I haven't scheduled anything for like a regular Zoom in December yet. I haven't picked a date because I need to see what's going on with the family. But I also scheduled my New Year's Eve Zoom. So anyway, so the information will be in the box below. But just so you can kind of get it in your head. Saturday, November 5th, which will be not next Saturday, but the following Saturday, so 2 weeks from yesterday, November 5th at 4 o'clock Pacific time. We'll get together in Zoom. And then Sunday, November 27th, which will be the Sunday after Thanksgiving here in the US, at 3 o'clock. And yeah, I think it'll be really fun to have 2 this coming month, and I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, December 31st, which is a Saturday, I think, this year. I'm not sure, but anyway, at 8 o'clock Pacific time, we'll be having a New Year's Eve Zoom, and I'm gonna stay on until nobody else wants to stay on, I guess. So we'll see. I guess the people here on the West Coast that want to join may be with me till midnight my time. I'm sure you guys who are not on the West Coast may be dropping off, because maybe you do want to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know if you will. But what I did also find out after I kind of talked about it is that my friends from Australia, who don't often get to participate in the Zooms just because of the time difference, so Emily from Australia told me that 8 p.m. On New Year's Eve for me will be 2 p.m. on New Year's Day for her, so she will be able to join and do a New Year, New Start kind of get together with us on Zoom as well. So that's really cool. So we might get to see some of our Australia and New Zealand friends on that call, if there's anybody who's interested in doing it. So yeah, so just keep those in mind. Again, the information will be in the description box, and I think that is it for all of the preamble, and we can get to this big pile of whips. I actually worked on a lot of things this week. Not necessarily got huge amounts of progress, but I got like a medium amount of progress on a lot of stuff, which, you know, I think is cool. So it either means that I had a couple nights where I couldn't settle, and so I did more than one project. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it means. That I worked on a few things, like, and okay, that's enough, and then I moved on to something else. I don't have any new starts or finishes. Oh, but I did want to show you guys. I showed you Tulips and Fans last week finished, but I didn't show it to you fully finished. So I did get it in the frame. I told you I'd ordered a like light wood rather than the white that I have done other ones, but I think it looks good. I got this instead of white because it was $2 cheaper, to be quite honest. I don't frame these things for like posterity, or, you know, they're not heirloom pieces. I don't think anything that I do is an heirloom piece. It's just for my own enjoyment, and after I'm gone, who knows if anybody would want it or if they're gonna end up in a dumpster. But and you know, I put it in here straight. It's not 100% straight, but you know what, it is what it is. It's probably the frame that's not 100% straight. But I'm glad that I put that extra little green bit, because it needed it. So anyway, that's Tulips and Fans completed. So now I have to find some place to put it on the wall. I think I'm going to put it over. I have all of my my counting canvas kind of in an area together. I like kind of looking at them as a grouping. Somebody had commented on the counting canvas in such a way that I think that is an idea I have for an upcoming videos. I'm going to show all of my counting canvas pieces that I've done, all of the patterns that I currently have, and then maybe a little bit about like the flosses that are used for counting canvas, the counting canvas that I've done anyway. Just as a little extra video for anybody who's kind of interested or intrigued by this kind of adjacent to cross stitch type of stitching. Okay, so let's get into the whips. I was over at Erin Stacy's, as I said, and usually I do my sampler Osha when I'm over there. I brought it with me, and I took it out to stitch on it yesterday morning. This is crazy. I my glasses weren't in there. My stitching glasses, because I put a pair of stitching glasses in that separately. And the case was in there, but the glasses weren't. So I don't know where they ended up. I don't know if they're in the bottom of the bag somewhere. I don't know, but I have to replace those. So I do have a stitching project that I keep in my purse. So I pulled that out to get the glasses, and then once I pulled it out, I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just work on this? So it is Mill Hills. It's just a little ornament or magnet, Mill Hills My Pad. And it's a frog again, which I keep saying I'm not into frogs, but here I keep showing you frog stuff. But I still thought that was like totally cute. And this is where I am at with it. So one thing I did realize when I pulled this out is because it is such a small little project that I could get it finished and then have another thing to mark off my whip list for this year. Now, of course, I will have to start something else and put it in my purse because I do like to have something in my purse just in case. I don't work on them very often, to be quite honest, but I like to have them in there. But I won't have to start something new until next year, and I can mark something else off my whip list, which I don't know. I'm just like really into getting my whip list down before the start of the year, and then I can start a bunch of stuff. But anyway, so that was what I worked on yesterday. Okay, let's see. So I worked on my Filigree Pumpkin this week. I've been stitching this since last year, but I'm stitching on it now, aside from because I like it and I want to get it finished. Also in honor of my friend Laura, Stitching at the Shores, birthday. Her birthday was the 23rd. Happy birthday, Laura. And she had a birthday sal of stitching on pumpkin. So either a pumpkin or pumpkin colored fabric or pumpkin colored floss or, you know, anything kind of pumpkin related. So this is kind of a white pumpkin on pumpkin colored fabric. So there you go. So I did finish this middle section. There's 5 sections. So that one's finished. I started here and I worked a little bit on the green, and green's almost done. So I've told the story about this before. I found this pattern on the internet. I was looking for free patterns and I found this. I thought it was really pretty. Printed it out, started stitching on it, and then came across a Mill Hill kit that looked so similar that I felt like the one that I was stitching on was maybe stolen from it. Wasn't exactly the same, but pretty close. So I bought the Mill Hill kit. Don't know where it is at the moment, but I have it. Because I felt like if I bought the kit, then even though I'm stitching off of this free pattern that's similar, I still am not breaking any copyright because I bought the kit. So even if I never open the kit while I'm stitching on this, that's kosher, right? So, yeah, so I have that kit, and someday I might actually stitch it again. The kit is like orange perforated paper and then black floss. It's just 100% black project. Or I may someday just use it as a giveaway. But I did work on this. It's on my list of things to get finished this year, and I definitely think I can. So, okay. This is my Midnight Meow project, which I started for my Black Cat birthday sale this year. This was a free chart from Mirabilia. I got it, but it's not on the Mirabilia website, so you do have to get it from a Needlework shop. I got this from Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas, and I was able to finish the black in the cat and do the little bit of like gray back stitching that kind of defines his hips and his tail and stuff, and then started on this wing. Still didn't do the beading of the second necklace, but I will. And then I did actually just add the 2022. So this is also on my list to get finished, which shouldn't be too much of a trouble. I'm stitching this with like a satiny floss. It's kind of a pain to work with, and I wish if I'd thought ahead I would have done it with like long stitches or something instead of cross stitches, but because it's kind of a pain to work with, the stitches don't exactly lay flat. They're kind of, I don't know, textural, which I don't mind in the way it looks. It's just kind of a little bit of a pain to work with. And you'll notice that a lot of my projects that are on the path to be getting finished this year are small, which I guess is typical. So I'll get a bunch of all the smaller projects finished, and then I'm left with all the big ones. This is my frog dancer. This also I think will get finished this year. It's, you know, I just started it, but it's pretty small and I'm enjoying it. So I've been working on it like once a week, and it's going really fast. So I definitely think I can get this done this year too. This is a DesignWorks chart. I did show this last week, but it does have a companion that I will work on as well, but not this year. But I think I will start this probably sooner rather than later next year, because I have this like really cool idea for finishing. I didn't get the stuff that I ordered yet, but I probably will have it by next week. I ordered these lily pads that I'm going to use to mount these pictures, but I'll show you when I get it. And I changed the fabric. It came with a 14 count Aida. I changed it to, this is actually a 16 count damask Aida in a very light blue. The only thing is when I started this, I didn't realize there was a companion piece, so I'm hoping I have another piece of this, and I'm not sure that I do. But I think I have a gray piece, if nothing else, so. Okay. I worked on my Lion Biscornu, which I started in August as well. So my birthday's in August, and so every year for the last 3 years, because I started stitching in 2019. So is that the last 2019, 2020, 21? Oh, so that's 4 years. I have done a Black Cat birthday style, and I have done a lion piece. So this is my lion piece for this year. I'd never done a Biscornu before, so I thought it would be fun to do one. And I do have a hashtag. I started this with a friend who had also never done a Biscornu and had a pattern that she was interested in. So we do have a hashtag Biscornu beginner. I think I've only posted to it once, but if you would like to post, that would be cool. So yeah, I worked on these little flowers, I think is what I did mostly, and some more on the lion. I feel like I did work on this week, didn't I? Oh well. If I didn't work on it this week and I'm showing you the same thing I showed you last week, oh well. Okay, let's go over here. I'm trying to kind of organize as I go, which is not always my way. Okay, I actually did 2 Chatelaines this week on Wednesday. I really wanted to work on my green lace mandala, which I did, and I'll show you that in a second. But I also really want to get this one finished. and I am close. Well, not super close, but I basically got all the stitching done on the lemons. Most of the stitching done on the green. I have a little bit right here that needs to be done on the leaves, and then it's all back stitch. So once I get that little bit of green put in, then the rest is all back stitch and adding the beads, which is not a small feat. This has a lot of back stitch in it for such a small piece, but you know, all of these lemons will look like these two. But I really like this little pattern. For some reason, I love lemons. I love lemons as a decor piece, and so I really like this. And I think this is actually my very first Chatelaine anything, so it deserves a place in history for that, right? Oops. Okay. Am I racing through this today? Feels a little bit like it. I work on Sweet William. Also, I believe on track to get finished this year. This is a Riolis kit done with the Riolis acrylic and wool floss. And I did a bunch of work up in here. Now I said it before, this chart or this pattern, when you're working on it and up close, it just looks like, you know, blocks of color. But then when you get it done and get the little bit of back stitching in or whatever, and you step back from it or you look at it in the camera, it just all of a sudden has all this dimension and depth and really looks like flowers. Which is just, I don't know, it's weird how that works, how the eye like fills in or whatever. But I really feel like they get all this dimension and they look 3D. So I just love the colors in this. I love how vibrant the acrylic wool floss is. So I'm enjoying this project a lot. And as I said, I believe it is on track to get finished this year. And that is exciting. Okay. All right. So you guys know I finished tulips and fans, but I need to have another counted canvas or needlepoint project or something like that to work on while I'm zooming, because it's easier to see and work on with my regular reading, seeing glasses, as opposed to the ultra magnification ones I wear when I'm stitching. So, but that being said, I didn't really want to start another one. I have a couple of really great ones to start, and I will be starting them again the beginning of next year, but I didn't want to start them before the end of the year because I'm trying to get my whip list down. Which really, I have to say, it's not really important how many whips you have, and if I decided to have 150 whips, so be it. But everybody has their own comfort level of where it feels like you just have maybe a little bit too much, or you have too many to get finishes accomplished, which is my feeling about it, is like I don't want to have so many whips that I feel like I'm never going to get anything done. So that's where I'm at. I'm at this, like, let's get stuff finished and then I can start a bunch of stuff next year. And I will be, because I have a bunch of stuff that I have in mind to start. But anyway, so I looked at what I already have on the go that I could do. I have a couple like needle pointy type things, and one of the things was this dog and cats needlepoint project. So I ordered this canvas from eBay, and I've already discussed this, but it's really, you know, it's a printed needlepoint canvas as opposed to hand painted. One of the reasons, like, if you are not a needlepoint stitcher and you go and you look at needlepoint canvases either online or in a shop or whatever, and you're just floored by how expensive they are, it's because the good ones are hand painted. And that's why they're so expensive. Now, of course, you can get cheap ones like this or dimensions kits or whatever, and you know, you're gonna get what you pay for. So one of the things with this printed one is that it is completely not square on the fabric. Obviously, the fabric is square, right? It's grids. It's, you know, but you can see with this outline stitch that the stitches are square, are, you know, and as they go up, they're going to, you know, veer off of the pattern. So obviously I'm going to follow the grid and just adjust accordingly. But what I had decided to do with this pattern is stitch the animals in regular needlepoint using I think I have number 8 pearl cotton. I got a set of like natural colors and with just a few brighter colors. My grocery order just arrived. I've got to hurry up because I got ice cream in there. So I'm going to stitch the animals like that, and then the backgrounds I'm going to use my Crone watercolors and just stitch it in pattern. So I had finished this one. This dog reminds me of my brother's dog, Boo. Boo's actually black, not brown, but I didn't want all of the animals on here black. This is Baggy. And then the other animals will be either stitched as is because they look like an animal that I had. I had a tortie, Liberty, so that is Liberty. I need to change one of the dogs, which I think is going to be this one, to a cat. So I'll use the same like shape and change it here, but it's going to be the same colors. It's going to be a black and white because I had a tuxedo Herbie, and so I'm going to change that guy. And then this one is kind of the same shape as my dog Frodo, so I'm going to change the coloring on that and turn that into Frodo. And then this looks a lot like my brother's dog Boo, who just passed. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to be working on during my Zoom meetings until the end of the year. So this is stitched, Baggy's stitched, and so I have this whole background to do, and then I probably won't do like the actual animals during a Zoom call because they take a little bit more concentration. But if I can get an animal finished before the Zoom call, then I can do the background during the Zoom call. So I pulled that out to kind of try it out and did the stitching of Baggy and started the background. And then I forgot to show you this last week, so I didn't actually work on it this past week, but this was actually the week before that I worked on Catnap Faye. And it started this diagonal. I've turned the corner, as you can see. I'm getting into the greens, more of the greens. So again, this is a big ask to get done by the end of the year, but I think as I get into November and December, I'm going to really push on this one. It would be cool to get another Haid finished. I finished a Haid last year at the very end of the year, and it'd be cool to get another quick stitch Haid finished before this year. Before this year ends, I should say. Okay. And then my last whip I have to show you is my Chatelaine. Here's the awful picture of it. Because as you guys know, if you know anything about Chatelaines, you know that there's no good pictures to be found. Like cover model photos or anything like that. But this is a green lace garden mandala. It was True Mystery number 2 or something like that. And I kind of finished the center colored section and have started in on what she calls the fence, which is black work or backstitch. And I'm just really enjoying this. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying the size of it. I mean, it's gonna fit in this piece of fabric. And to me, that's like the perfect size chatelaine. It's not too little. It is big enough that it feels like a big project, but it's not so big that it's going to take me years and years and years to finish it. So I am enjoying working on that. So yeah, that was all my whips for this week. Okay. So let's see. I don't really have any haul to show you guys. The one other thing that I did this week, I had one night where I didn't stitch because well, actually, was it last Sunday? I don't know. Anyway, I put together my project for my New Year, New Start, which I showed you guys. It's the Pinky and Blue Boy from Artisy. And I'm going to be doing that on this green Jobelan 28 count. I'm going to do it 2 over 1/10 stitch. So it should be pretty small, but I am enjoying that on my mini flower kitty, so I think it should be good. And put together all the flosses. So there we go. In fact, I ran out of these cards, so I had to use a wooden floss card for the last bit. So there we go. I'm excited to start that. And I'm excited to start with you guys on the Zoom call. And I have this in a bag that was a gift from Bree Gilly. She made this for me. It's really pretty. And I like that it's like this direction rather than like this. I don't know, it's just different. It fits everything perfectly and it's so pretty. Okay. So that, I think, is everything. As I said, no haul. My plans are just to keep going. I'm enjoying getting closer and closer to finishes. I went through my whip list again this week to look at it, and I realized that I think I'm going to separate my categories just a little bit, because I do have a few things that I feel like are like on hold. They're not, so what I want to say is they're not active whips. So I'm not getting rid of them. I'm not thinking that I'll never stitch on them again, but they're not top of my priority list right now. And I maybe haven't stitched on them this year or whatever. But I mean, it gets to a point where when I've started too many big things, I can't stitch on everything. So I have maybe 5 or 6 things that I feel are not active whips. So I'm gonna have those in a separate not active category. And then to me, if they're not active, then they're not part of my whip count, which I realize is semantics and whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I'll still show them on my whip parade that I do at the end of the year and everything. It's just in my brain. They're a different category. They're kind of over here by themselves in their sort of not active status, and then when I decide to work on one of them again, it'll move over back into the active whips. So that's just how I've decided to categorize things for my head. But I think that is it. I guess I don't need to say have a happy Halloween because I'm gonna see you guys before Halloween. But I hope you have a great week. And I hope that you have all kinds of fun stitching. If you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments. Please go and take a look at Hudson's video. I know he would just be thrilled to get lots and lots of views. And until I see you guys again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Carla. Bye-bye.